Your dog finds you when you are not okay. Not always. Not with perfect consistency. But often enough that you have noticed. The day you sat on the bathroom floor and they appeared in the doorway. The evening something broke quietly inside you, and before you had said a single word, they were already there, pressing against your leg, settling their weight against you in a way that felt like more than coincidence. You have wondered whether it is real, whether they are simply following routine, responding to your stillness or your silence, or whether something else is happening. Something that goes beyond habit and into something harder to name. Scientists have been asking the same question, and the answer has now been documented. For decades, the idea that dogs could detect human emotional states beyond basic behavioral cues was treated with scientific skepticism. The term applied was anthropomorphism, the projection of human emotional qualities onto animals in ways that science could not verify. Dogs clearly respond to body language. They read posture, pace, facial expression, and tone of voice. That much was accepted and documented. But the suggestion that they could sense something less visible, a shift in internal emotional state, a change that had not yet fully expressed itself in behavior, was considered a significant claim requiring significant evidence. What changed was not the claim. What changed was the tools. Research published over the past decade has established that dogs detect human emotional states through multiple channels simultaneously. Not only through the visual and behavioral signals that science had already confirmed, but through chemical information produced when humans experience emotional distress. Information that exists at a level below conscious behavior, and that dogs can detect before the person has done anything outwardly visible. The depression you are feeling before you have told anyone, before you have cried, before you have changed your routine. It is already producing a signal, and your dog is already reading it. In 2018, researchers at the University of Naples Federico II published a study in the journal Animal Cognition that changed the scientific framework. The lead researcher, Biagio Daniello, and his team exposed dogs to human sweat samples collected under two conditions: during a state of fear and emotional arousal, and during a state of relaxation and calm. The samples were collected from the same human donors across both conditions. The dogs had no visual information, no behavioral cues, no access to the donors themselves. Only the chemical signal absorbed on gauze pads and presented in a controlled setting. The results were unambiguous. Dogs exposed to fear state samples showed elevated stress indicators themselves. They sought more contact with their owners. They displayed greater environmental alertness. Their behavior changed in measurable, documented ways in direct response to a chemical signal they had no other means of interpreting. Depression, grief, and emotional distress produced documented changes in sweat composition. Elevated cortisol, shifts in adrenaline and serotonin metabolites, changes in the precise biochemical mixture that your skin releases continuously at every moment. Your dog's nose, capable of detecting odor concentrations at 1 part per trillion, 50 times more sensitive than the most advanced laboratory instruments, is receiving this information constantly. Before you sit down, before your shoulders drop, before your voice changes, the signal is already present. Your dog is already receiving it. In 2012, Deborah Custance and Jennifer Mayer at Goldsmiths, University of London published a study in Animal Cognition that directly tested whether dogs respond to human emotional distress with something beyond neutral curiosity. The experiment was designed simply and deliberately. A stranger and the dog's owner both alternated between humming an unusual tune and crying audibly. Researchers observed which person the dog approached, how they moved when approaching, and what they did upon arrival. The results were consistent. Dogs oriented significantly more toward the crying person than toward the person humming. They did not approach with the loose body and excited movement of a dog seeking play or social engagement. They approached slowly, with lowered body posture and soft physical contact. The behavioral signature that the researchers described as empathic-like responding. The orientation was toward distress specifically, not toward unfamiliar sound. The approach style was comfort-structured, not curiosity-structured. And critically, the response did not distinguish between stranger and owner. The dogs responded to the emotional signal regardless of who produced it, demonstrating that this is not simply an attachment behavior, but a response to the distress signal itself. The research documents what this response looks like in practice. Dogs detecting distress move toward the source more consistently than they move away. They initiate physical contact, leaning, resting their head, pressing against the body. They remain close for longer than in neutral interactions. They exhibit reduced arousal rather than increased arousal, which distinguishes their response from excitement or play-seeking. Some researchers describe this cluster as an affiliative contact response, a pattern that produces measurable reductions in cortisol levels in the person being contacted. The comfort is not incidental. It has a documented physiological effect on the human receiving it. The response serves a function. It is not projection. It is a documented behavioral pattern in response to a documented signal, producing a documented effect in the human on the receiving end. The next time your dog appears when you are not okay, you are not imagining something. They are receiving a signal you did not know you were sending. Chemical, behavioral, and the intersection of information channels that a dog has been built across thousands of years of living alongside humans to read. They are not performing comfort. They are responding to something real. Every video on this channel begins the same way, with a question most dog owners have never stopped to ask. And then we go looking for the real answer. Not the simplified version, not the comfortable assumption. The actual science. If this video gave you something, hit like, drop a comment telling us about a time your dog found you when you needed it, and subscribe so you do not miss what we are putting out next. Because the more you understand your dog, the better life gets for both of you. And that is always worth showing up for.